Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the next race, our NASCAR 25 season mode here for the Advent Health 400. Drivers to watch today, Larson, Hamlin, and Byron as we get ready to qualify here in number 48 Ally Chevrolet here from the Heartland in Kansas. Should be a banger of a race. Of course, one of the best tracks on the schedule, producing consistently great racing and amazing finishes here in the NASCAR Cup Series, especially this next-gen car. So here we are in qualifying right up against the wall, trying to make as much speed as possible here in our qualifying lap to get up near the front of the field to see if we can make something work here, be in the mix for the win, hopefully at the end of this thing after a disappointing run in Texas. Coming home in that race, 13th position, just not our day there. So here we are here in Kansas, a very strong, clean lap. I thought this was a pretty good lap that we got going here, right through down to the apron here to come across the line for a 31.92, and that's only good for 24th place here in Kansas, and we continue to struggle in qualifying to make some time. And so we'll end up 24th on the grid. Our teammates at the front, Byron on pole, Larson second, Hamlin, Reddick, Elliott the top five. Of course, we have our work cut out for us down there with Nemechek and SVG. And at the back of the field, you got Justin Allgaier and Burt Myers as we get ready to get underway here at Kansas Speedway in the Advent Health 400, race number 12 of the season. Be here from Kansas. And so we are green and underway here in Kansas Speedway. The front of the field, it is William Byron leading us to the green flag, and Carson Hocevar in the 77 easily gets the jump on us early here. So on the end of lap 1, coming lap 2, we get the run out of turn 4 to the inside of the Spire Motorsports duo of Hocevar and McDowell. We go into 22nd position. Now chasing down the 99 of Daniel Suarez for 21st position. We make a move to the inside of him, and now we're racing the 2 of Austin Cindric for 21st position. We'll make a dive to the inside of him and barely slide up and clear him. Now racing the 21 of Josh Berry for position to the inside of Berry. We go. Setting our sights on Eric Jones, having a solid start to the day in that Legacy Motor Club number 43 Toyota, running in 18th position as we're here in 19th, 3 wide with him and AJ Allmendinger just sending it in turn 1 and 2, kind of using up the 16 there, but a strong entry and good momentum on exit of the corner out the inside of the 2012 NASCAR Cup Series champion Brad Keselowski in that Ford for RFK Racing, the team he co-owns. As now we will slide up in front of the 6 here, kind of squeeze him high, but we are not clear yet until now on exit of 4. Jones holds 16th for now. We swing all the way to the bottom, forcing our way by AJ Allmendinger to get to the inside of Eric Jones. Now racing Ty Gibbs in the 54. Of course, he's still looking for that elusive first career win as we will clear Gibbs for 15th. Then go a little bit too high up the racetrack, into the wall we go. Big mistake, going to cost us that position. And we will eventually drop back down to 17th behind both Gibbs and Keselowski and try to get a shot back by both of them here on lap 7 in this opening stage. Denny Hamlin now leading in that 11. Of course, still no championship for Denny. Heartbreak at Phoenix this year. Just that late caution completely ruining any chance he had to win the championship with that pit call, taking 4 tires instead of 2, allowing Kyle Larson to be a 2-time Cup champion as he tries to get his second win of the season. Of course, he got it done at Martinsville as we clear Ryan Preece right now for 14th, but then Keselowski gets back to our inside. We are continuing to battle Brad Keselowski, side drafting all the way down the front straightaway. Some great racing here in Kansas today. No surprise at all there. We expect some really, really good racing at this track, and then we just continue to make mistakes, man. We hit the wall again. And it just seems that almost every race we do, I find a way to hit the wall, just pushing the car too much here. So now we get back by the 2-time Cup Series champion Kyle Busch in the 8 machine. Now the inside of Joey Logano, we go for 12th into turn 1. We just absolutely send it in there. I've used Logano a little bit as our wall there to make the corner. Now the inside of Bubba Wallace, the momentum, and coming to the green flag pit stop cycle, we've charged up to 11th position, making some good progress here in Kansas. Then again, we get to the wall. Now we're going for a big slide through the banking onto the apron. We save it, almost disaster here in Kansas. Luckily, we're able to hang on to it And I know that now is the time to make the pit stop, short pit everybody, hopefully cycle out a little bit higher in the track position. Chase Elliott, the real-life Hollywood Casino 400 winner in the playoffs here in Kansas, is leading this race. As now I'm making my way down for my green flag pit stop. Once again, I definitely say more conservative on entry, but we make it down safely, no penalties, in we go. Now here we are back on the racetrack, trying to cycle by everybody. Of course, we had dropped the last. We were the only car that had pitted. Our teammate Larson, the real-life winner of this race, staying out and leading the way on the moment at strategy. As look at this, we are passing Chase Elliott coming out of pit road. So right now, because I took 2 tires and fuel, we are cycling out to be the leader of this race. We are the leader on strategy right now, and all of a sudden, it's looking like we have a shot at winning this stage. As here we go, unlapping ourselves, 6 to go in stage 1, and just like that, we are up to 5th position. Now trying to hold off Chase Elliott in the 9 for the lead in the stage win as we just get in the wall in turn 1 and 2 again. A costly mistake, and here comes Chase Elliott right to our back bumper. He is on 4 fresh tires. I only have 2, so obviously we are at a disadvantage here. And I don't know if we're going to be able to hold him off in our 5.5 laps as he's trying to get to our inside, but we hold a steady line through 3 and 4 here. Coming down the tri-oval, the front straightaway, all the leaders on pit road. Elliott to our inside, contact side by side across the line. It's dead even, but now we're going to cycle out to be the leader for the first time today here in Kansas for about half a second. And then Chase Elliott goes right on by on the inside lane in that Amazon Prime Chevy. Nothing we can do about that, and he is in the lead, and I try to maintain second here with 5 to go in stage 1. Now the ensuing lap, we're still trying to hold second, but here comes Chase Briscoe and William Byron, a couple of championship 4 contenders. Of course, in real life, trying to battle us here as we try to throw a block on Byron, but no, if it does work for the moment. Then we go slide up the track here in turn 1 and 2 into the wall, and it's another costly mistake, and we almost completely loop it around and exited 2 there. Able to hang on to it on the apron, but there goes second, third. Here comes Christopher Bell to take 4th away, and now the wear on our left side tires is really starting to show as we're starting to really struggle here. Down to 5th we go. Here comes Denny Hamlin, trying to take 5th away from us, drop us down to 6th with 2 to go on the stage. That he will do with ease, as I'm just trying to bring it home in one piece here and not hit the wall like we just did here on the final lap of the stage. It's going to be a scrap between myself, Larson, and Chastain for 6th here as we go into turn 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 1. I'm trying to survive to get some stage points here, so I just send it into the door of Larson, trying to get any momentum I can, as we are now 3 wide for 6th out of turn 4. Elliott will win stage 1, and across the line, we're going to be 7th, door slamming Kyle Larson at the start finish, so we get a solid 4 points. And so our strategy does work, but is Chase Elliott getting the stage 1 win over Byron, Briscoe, Bell, Hamlin, the top 5. Then Larson, myself, Chastain, Reddick, and Blaney, the top 10. So here we are underway in stage 2 here in Kansas. Now we have track position restarting up here in 7th. But of course with the restart, Chastain, Blaney able to beat us. So here we are in 9th position. Trying to get back by the 1 and the 12. You got Bubba Wallace right here in the conversation. Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs right there behind us. So I know we have the speed to compete here. We just got to execute and just be patient and let the track position come to us over the long run, like it did there in stage 1 when right before that pit stop we climbed our way up from 24th to 11th position, and we were able to hang on to a top 10 with our 2-tire strategy early in the stage. So now that we're on 4 tires, obviously the grip is a lot better, and we can start making some moves now to the inside of Ryan Blaney for 8th position here in that number 12 Worth Ford for Team Penske, the 2023 Cup Series champion, having a solid run here today, still winless on the season here in NASCAR 25, trying to find victory lane as we get ahead of him and try to close in on the 1 of Ross Chastain, the Kubota Chevrolet here right ahead of us for Team Trackhouse, having a pretty solid run here today. He needs it to get back above the cut line. Now we're 3 wide, setting to the inside of William Byron. A great run out of turn 2. Here we are fighting for 6th position, and now the race is starting to come to us here. Now the inside of Elliott, trying to get to the top 5, a little bit of contact, and we are 3 wide into 3. Myself, Elliott, Briscoe up the track, contact, and Elliott's going to get into us. We're going to go sideways in front of the field, and we overcorrect and pound the wall hard and almost get turned through the grass by Chastain. Turn off of him, pound the wall again down the front stretch. At this point, I'm kind of trying to get a yellow here, but no caution will come out, and my desperate attempts to get one fail miserably. Here's the replay. We just get run out of room, and Chase Elliott kind of turns down into me, and then I had no need to overcorrect there. If I just would have lifted off the throttle, I think we would have been able to keep it and keep our track position. And at this point, I am trying to honestly catch somebody in the left rear, or right rear rather, and spin him out. But that did not work. So here we are sending it 4 wide up the middle to to try to get back into the 18th here as we dropped all the way outside the top 20. Lost all of that hard track position that we worked so hard to earn in stage 1. Into the wall, and next to the 2 we go. Just pushing too hard on the outside of Kyle Busch and Cindric. And we are just struggling here in Kansas. You know, frustrated that we made that mistake. Lost all that position, damaged the car. And we are just trying to survive here. We got Suarez, Priest, who we kind of door mics in the corner. We are 4 wide again. Myself, Suarez, Priest, and Eric Jones. Some intense racing here in Kansas. Unbelievable battles here in the middle of the field. Then we get into Kyle Busch, and it's going to shove us up into the wall. And there goes that position. Now here comes AJ Allmendinger. Now we're going to go right back down to 20th. Now we just send it 3 wide to the inside of Jones and Priest, continuing to fight for our life for 15th back here with all of these you guys like Cindric, Busch, Jones, Priest, Allmendinger, Keselowski, Berry right up down the road. Larson, meanwhile, is out there in the lead, taking care of business, looking to get his second win of the season, of course. Got the job done at Homestead Miami Speedway. Now get to the inside of Kyle Busch into turn 3 here to go by for 15th. Keselowski throws a block on us, and that'll allow him to go and secure 14th, and we kind of got tight there behind him. Now trying to hold on to 16th here. Lap 8 in the stage, Allmendinger Jordan's like we get loose into the wall, we go down the track, we hang on to it, and then we just turn left into Cindric, and basically it just right hooked him, basically, and then slam ourselves into the wall as a sort of punishment there, as the caution will come out, as it's my frustration kind of boiling over, and it wouldn't be an NASCAR 25 episode if I wasn't involved in some sort of wreck, whether it be myself causing it by hooking somebody or wrecking myself, which I did both in that same wreck. So just struggling here. Just not the way we need it. But now the pit strategy might fall into our favor here like it has most of the year. Myself, Gibbs, Keselowski, Wallace, Chastain, Byron, Hamlin, Logano, and Briscoe all pitted. So now here we are sending it 4 wide into turn 3. What a dive bomb. It gets us all the way up into the top 15. Here comes Logano out of nowhere. Just bodied us in the middle of the corner. Out of nowhere, we are driving up into 12th and 13th. Logano and I are flying through the field. 3 wide by Van Gisbergen. To the outside, and Noah Gragson on fresh tires. What an advantage for fresh tires is here at Kansas. We are flying through the field. Already up to 10th position now to the inside of AJ Allmendinger and Josh Berry 3 wide. They have no defense for that. Now here we are charging on Ryan Priest and Christopher Bell into 6th position. Now a big shot to Blaney into 3 and 4. The car just so much grip. Now we're going to go by the 45 of Reddick here. We're going to be 3 wide, trying to get the outside of Chris Buescher for 3rd position, coming to the line. Reddick still there as we are in the mix now to take 2nd away from Chase Elliott. So 7 to go, or 8 to go rather, in stage 2, and we cleared Chase Elliott for 2nd. Now set our sights on our teammate of Kyle Larson for the lead, and possibly we could find ourselves in position to steal the stage win. To the inside of Larson now to turn 4 the next lap. Nothing you can do about it, and 6 to go. We officially lead our first lap of the day here in Kansas, and are in a great spot to win stage 1 until we have 5 to go in the stage. Here comes Bubba Wallace to our inside in the 23. We're going to be battling him hard, trying to side draft, stay in behind Bubba. Of course, almost won this race in the playoffs in 2025. Got it, him and Hamlin on that final lap, went up the track, allowing Chase Elliott to steal it. Now we drive it into the door of Bubba into turn 1 and 2, trying everything we can to maintain the lead. And we get to the wall a little bit right there, just pushing a little bit too hard, trying to get every position we can here in Kansas. But it is a start. Now we try to stick to the outside here. Wallace and Byron to the inside. Probably going to be a 3 wide battle for the lead. Coming to 3 to go in stage 2. It is on. We're going to lead this lap of William Byron. That 24, the pole sitter. Very, very fast car here today in the conversation to our inside. I try to keep it momentum rolling on the top, and we just can't do it. We get into the wall, and William Byron will go through to the lead. And it looks like that stage win is all his. As here we are on the final lap of the stage. We get into the wall one last time here. William Byron wins stage 2. We come across for a solid 2nd position, earning 9 stage points over Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin, the top 5. Chastain, Priest, Briscoe, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez also getting stage points here. So now we get back underway in the 3rd and final stage of racing here in Kansas. Can we find a way to win this race? Going to be 26 laps to go. At least 1 pit stop left to be made here before the end of this one. Byron to the lead. Logano is 2nd. Got Chastain there on our outside up to 3rd position. We are here in 4th, trying to make something happen here, make some progress as we go by the 43 here of Eric Jones and try to hold the middle to the outside groove here, make some progress. Gonna lose some momentum on the inside, open the door for Wallace and Hamlin to have a crack at us. Here comes Bubba to the inside. We are just pushing him all the way down to the apron, trying to maintain these positions on these wild restarts here in Kansas. It's hard, but we're doing our best here. But William Byron looks like he is well on his way to victory here today. He is an absolute rocket in that number 24 Raptor Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. As now we're 3 wide with Bubba and Chase Briscoe here for 5th position, trying to make this pass. Will it stick in turn 3? No, yes it does on Wallace. We get to 6th. Now we are right in the mix to battle Chase Briscoe and the 3-time Cup champion of Joey Logano for 4th, as Denny Hamlin has now climbed up to 2nd and is looking to try to take this race from William Byron here. And then Chastain runs third as we go up the track a little bit into the door of the 19th, side drafting with Briscoe and Logano. Some hard racing here for 4th position. I want to keep it my track position this time, not make that same mistake I did in stage 2 where we lost it all, and so we can be in the mix for the win here late in this race, maybe pull some sort of strategy or something. So here we are, clear for 4th position with 23 laps to go, but closing in on the back of the 1 of Ross Chastain. Here we go right to the inside of Ross, side drafting into turn 1, send it in, contact made with Ross Chastain, but we take the momentum off of that contact and clear the Melon Man out of turn 2, and we are into 3rd position. And now with 19 laps to go, we are getting ready to come for our pit stops in a few laps. So we are in a scrap with Logano and Briscoe as they have stayed with us here through this run, and we are just back and forth for 3rd position. All of us giving it all that we have here as Denny Hamlin has closed in on the bumper of William Byron. Those two battling for the win at the moment, and the 3 of us fighting for 3rd position. We overcooked the corner, into the wall we go. We're going to power slide, hang on to it, but lose 3rd and lose 4th here as Briscoe gets to our inside heading to turn 3 and 4. As we try to once again hold track position here, find something, the way to get around these two. Chastain still in the picture as well in 6th. But right now we have to settle down to 5th, but now we get the run out of turn 4, down to the apron, gaining time, back to the outside of Chase Briscoe. Brilliant move there. Now the inside of Logano, a daring move into turn 1, but it works as we get into the 22, kind of use him up a little bit, and we get right back into 3rd position here in Kansas. A little bit of wall contact there. And now 14 to go. Leader William Byron is in, and we are back to the lead, running long here in Kansas, waiting to pit until right here with 13 to go, coming to 12 to go to ensure that we only have to make 1 stop to make it to the end of this race. Chastain follows us down right on our back bumper here at the end of this race. And so we come out of pit road in 13th position. We are ahead of Chase Elliott and Ty Gibbs, now trying to find a way by Carson Hocevar in 12th position. As we're going to go by Cole Custer here, so this will actually be a battle for 11th here as we go down the front straightaway, which it will be now. So we're up to 11th, and now we're catching up to Daniel Suarez in that 99 Freeway Insurance Chevy for Trackhouse Racing. He's had a couple of good runs in a row here. Top 10 in Texas, running top 15 here in Kansas. As we get to his outside, take that 10th position from him to at least ensure the top 10 finish. Hamlin currently the leader, as now we are continuing to work, now catching Eric Jones with 10 laps to go. To the inside of Jones we go, up to 9th. Now Ryan Preece right here in front of us as well, and that number 60 Kroger Ford for Team RFK. If we can get by Ryan Preece here next to the 4, we're going to be in a great shot here. Big run out of 4, no defense from Preece, and to the inside we go into 8th position now on our fresher tires than these guys by a lap or 2. It is helping, as now with 5 laps to go, we have caught Preece's co-owner and teammate of Keselowski for 7th position. We just send it between Keselowski and Buescher, who's a lap down, and we'll go by the 6th into 7th. We go now closing in on Christopher Bell, who's a lap down, and Joey Logano here in 6th position with 2 laps to go. We just take the momentum right to the inside of the 3-time champ. Into 6th we go as William Byron leads, taking the white flag. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here from Kansas Speedway. Looks like it'll be William Byron possibly getting his first win of the year, punching his ticket into the playoffs, as we are running in 6th here, looking to just get by Bell as Chastain on the same strategy as us is driven away. Then you got Briscoe and a few other guys a little bit further ahead as we adjust enough fuel and tires to make the distance. Into turn 1 and 2 here, we get into the wall, racing the 20th, overdriving the corner just a little bit here. Byron, meanwhile, going through 3 and 4 for the final time here in Kansas. And William Byron will win in Kansas. He's going to the playoffs. And we are going to come around here in turn 3 and 4. Looking like it's going to be a 6th place finish. And next to the corner, we get tagged and we get spun through the grass. Coming down the trial ball in the final lap of the race. We're going to keep our foot in it and still come across the line in 6th as we just get tagged. Coming down on the nose of Christopher Bell, and we do secure 6th place over Logano coming across the line, ending the race on pit road after that wild spin. But William Byron wins the race and is going to the playoffs. Denny Hamlin 2nd, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain just got 4th at the end, Briscoe the top 5, then myself, Logano, Wallace, Gibbs, Keselowski the top 10. How about a top 20 for Cole Custer? Not to finish this, guys like Larson or Bell we're looking for here today. And now the updated playoff grid. Of course, we are still at the top of the grid, leading the points by 42 over Byron with our 5 wins on the season. And then, of course, there's Byron, Bell, Logano, Hamlin. And then, of course, you got Kyle Larson and then a couple of the weirdos that have won a race like Michael McDowell and Riley Herbst with that Talladega win. Then on points, you got Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, and Chris Buescher coming to the top 16. Buescher is 7 to the good above A.J. Allmendinger, who is out of the cut line. Then you got Hocevar out by 25 points, Berry out by 29 points. And then it's another 33 back to Austin Cindric. And then you got Priest, Keselowski, Gibbs on the outside looking in. SVG currently down 27th, waiting until we get to that road courses in the middle of the year to punch his ticket, likely into the playoffs. So that is how it ends here in Kansas. Congratulations to William Byron on his first win of the season. So as we conclude this episode, as always, I'm going to shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brendan Brian, Jeremy Isley. Really appreciate your guys' support. It means a ton to me. Help this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now working towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you are watching and not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. Only takes a couple of seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it if you become a paid channel member and get exclusive perks and video shout-outs like these 3. Link is in the description down below. Only $5 a month. Worth your while. Supports me a ton. Thank you, and have a good one.